All right, it's Connect Groups Week 3. We're glad that you're here. I have a quick challenge before we jump into the big thing for you. It's been 2 weeks of Connect Groups, and my challenge for you this week is to think about somebody who's not attending your Connect Group that you could invite this week. That's my challenge because we want people to be a part of this community. We want people to be connected here at Central Assembly, and there's people in our church that don't have a relationship that need it. And so my challenge to you this week is to think about one person that you could invite to Connect Groups this week as a big thing to think about. So Tom, chapter 3, it falls apart. We hide, Adam and Eve hide. It's all no longer perfect. What's the big thing this week?
Yeah, the one big thing, that's a good point, man. Up until this point, it's been the perfect creation of God. Everything is just the way He intended it. It's a perfect world. Adam and Eve have everything they need. And now all of a sudden the wheels are coming off. And of course it's because of their sin. And the Bible clearly says that up until this point, God would meet with them in the cool of the day. It sounds like they would go for a walk together, which would be is a fascinating mental picture, isn't it? But when God comes looking for them on this day, after they had sinned, Adam and Eve are nowhere to be found. They're hiding. And so just that thought, that as God comes for us, comes looking for us, what's our response? And in this case, Adam and Eve hid.
Yeah, so Tom, what's the big thought, the big question then, if that's our big thought?
Well, again, the philosophical question here that I find really interesting is why does God ask questions when He already knows the answer? So as He approaches Adam and Eve here in the garden and they're nowhere to be found, He says, where are you?
Interesting question.
Yeah, so I think God asks us questions that He already knows the answer to.
Yeah. Hopefully you can spend time thinking about this and talking through it. One of the things that I think can happen as we talk about this concept of Adam and Eve hiding is we can hide. We can hide the things that we're dealing with or the struggles that we're in because we think we're not normal or that nobody else goes through that. And what I want to tell you as a small group leader or as a small group attender is that everybody has issues. We all go through things and we need one another to share those things with one another and to find healing. And so
everybody has a junk drawer. Yeah. Everybody has a backstage.
Yeah, and so find time to communicate those things together and also to pray with one another because that's how we receive healing through the power of God through prayer. And with that, remember, don't hide like Adam and Eve did. Don't hide. It's not worth it, and it always, in the end, makes you deal with the things you're dealing with longer than you needed to. Again, Connect Group leaders, thank you for all that you do. Thank you for leading this time together and opening up your homes for us. We really appreciate it. Have a great day, everybody, and we'll see you next week.